All right, now welcome back to the Balanced Diet of Teletainment, the Good Morning Nigeria show. As the show done the wind down now, we don't get a list of guests where we don't come. We also just get the news. We will not go until we take this particular guest as well. Her name, Adesua Colin Owie. I believe I got that right.
Owie.
And well, she get an NGO which they run, and she go very, very quickly tell us more about this NGO. What they do so far, what they intend to do. Adesua, it's good to have you on our couch.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, is it Owie or Owie?
It's Owie. Thank you very much.
Okay, I said Owie.
You'll be sanctioned as an adult man with mispronounce that.
We are getting there. We're getting there. Owie, all right.
Good to have you, Adesua. Now tell us
very
about your foundation.
Well, Israel Heritage Foundation, we cater for widows, less privileged, female girls, and the likes, you know. And we've been able to do some programs. We've been able to do some programs. First was in Lagos State, Dustbin Estate, and I was here, you know. And after that, we went to Ogun State. And after Ogun State, we went to Ekiti State. We hope to go to Edo State. Hometown.
We should go to Edo State, exactly.
You have to.
This year, by God's grace, and the North too. Basically, what we do is we give them relief items, you know, food, medical treatment for free, maybe 6 or 3 months supply, and these widows really appreciate it. Basically, that's the summary of what we do for now.
How long has this been going on? Which time would have been start?
We started not too long in 2015, thereabout, and since then, it's been, you know, we've been trying to make sure we're meeting the needs of widows in our society.
Okay. And what inspired, what sparked this particular movement?
Well, my mom is a widow, first of all, so I was trained by a widow, so I understand what it is to be a widow, even if I'm not one. I understand the challenges, you know, what they go through, their children, paying school fees, feeding, and you know, the society doesn't make it easy too, especially in these times where government or things are really hard on the people. So I really understand what they are going through from experience.
So, but some people have the opinion that, yes, give people bread, very important,
Yeah.
make them feed their belly, but teach them how to make the bread. Now you're giving them some relief items, free medical care. Do you teach them how to empower themselves?
Yeah, you're very correct. We do skill acquisition too, basically, and we haven't started major skill acquisition because we don't want to just teach them the soft. We want to really teach them how to when we were in Ogun State, we try to teach them how to do some few acquisition like makeup,
Okay.
you know. We're looking at sewing, but because the process is very long, we looked at tie and dye, we looked at some other simple like making of soap and all that, but we're still looking into that. It's very cost effective, and because the foundation is a growing one, it's funded by just me and friends and family, so we don't really have that much fund to empower them as we want to. But I'm registered with a company called NACA. It's a private organization. They came also to give lecture on helping women getting soft loans for, you know, petty trade and all that, basically.
Okay, that's good. Now, I was going to ask, I've been asked before, say, how to take fund down, but you just mentioned that already. But, you know, going forward, I was going to ask as well. Now, like we rightly mentioned, you know, you have given them fish and then you said you are teaching them how to fish. But what is also as important is the follow-up. When they still come back, they can check some of these widows, some of these communities where they don't already impact on their lives to see how well they are doing and to see how well they improve since after that.
Well, you're very correct. What we have a database. Before they come for any program, they register, you know, at the entrance. I wish I brought pictures so you would have seen some of them. They register. So because we have their database, we have their names, numbers, and everything. We call on them once in a while, check up, know what's going on with them. But because we can't meet everybody's needs, because sometimes we have over 200, 300 people that come. In fact, some women come and say they are widows, even when they have husbands. You know, because you know, there was one particular one, yes, in Ogun State, and you know, I kept screaming and you know on the mic that if you're not a widow, please, because when we got there, we saw over 400, 500. We're wondering where did all these widows come from? Exactly. So I said, you know what? If you take this food, you become a widow, and you know, some people say moving. I say, hey. So they now gathered and formed, you know, one small community association protest, and they were like, we are even worse than the widows, you know. So times are really hard, you know.
They are married, but they are widows.
Yeah, so and you know, these things are serious issues that, you know, it's very sad, you know. It's funny too, but very sad because
it just shows how the level of poverty in people.
Yes.
So you can actually deny your husband just to claim rights.
Oh, they will really deny their husband, trust me.
Speaking about the husbands, now I want to ask one. They get one question I want to ask, and it's quite a delicate question. Now, many a times we see people who run non-government organizations, non-profit as they call them sometimes, and they help widows and orphan children. We have widowers in our community, the men too will not get wives.
So you're advocating for them?
No, of course.
Why can't you open one? Open a foundation that caters for the widowers.
As a matter of fact, not just foundation, I want to start with a program, you know, for widowers to speak up, to know the challenges. Many people talk about the challenges and the struggles of widows. We also get men who don't lose their wives, they not remarry. They are you know, saddled with responsibility of children upbringing.
But when you look at the percentage, as regards to a woman who lose her husband and till she dies, she never even marry, you go wonder say the women know is more than the men.
Now I'm not
man feel come out from woman feel die today, tomorrow married.
Very true.
But that's what happens most times.
Yes.
But you know, you're correct. Sorry to cut you.
That's true. I'm not talking about the statistics. Now we know that definitely we have more male mortality than female. But the fact remains that we still get men who don't lose their wives, we don't remarry. Now, they still have societal issues. They still have some stigmatization, level of stigmatization coming upon them. They have challenges of children upbringing. Do you guys in your organization have anything that caters for such people?
Yes, we do. I have a picture of a widower that we cater for. Actually, he was even blind when he came.
Wow.
So they helped him in. He sat in front. And he had diabetes.
Oh, wow.
So we had to give him free drugs for like 3 months plus. But then again, like you said, but to be honest with you, for men, it's a bit easier than women because most men, they tend to remarry, you know, so we have very few widowers and a lot of widows, you know, because, okay, let me give you, for example, armed forces, you know, then they go to wars, they go for courses and all that, they don't come back. These women are left alone. But a man, once his wife just died, even pastors, when their wife died, we have many of them that have remarried. Immediately, they don't even wait. Some of them wait 3 months because of respect, 6 months, 1 year, and they remarry, and they move on. And most of them, their children also cater for them. But you're correct. We're going to look into it because we're not going to segregate.
Please, can I join you in looking into it?
Please join.
I have to join you because I need to understand the predicament of being a widower. But we know that it exists. We know that. Yes. But I like the fact that you have a plan for a show for widowers to give them a voice, because sometimes we don't understand the plight of a man until we give them their platform for them to speak up. But thank you so much, Adesua.
Thank you very much.
And if people want to support you to give some...
Of course, yes.
How can they support you?
Well, we have an account. We have a domiciliary account because we hope for international support too.
Of course.
And we have...
how can they get access to the account?
Oh, yes, they can go to my Instagram page and just send me a message, or you're on Facebook, and we're AceJo Heritage Foundation. AceJo, ACJO Heritage Foundation on Facebook, and on Instagram we're Ace_Heritage_Foundation, and they can also send me a private message to Colin_Ade, you know, on Instagram.
Colin?
COLIN_Ade, ADE.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Adesua,
Thank
for
you
joining
very
us.
much.
And we obviously have learned more. We will really, really hope so now we'll look into widowers as well. And not
I will join you.
All
right, that's it. Be on top of the show for today. Thanks a bunch to everybody who actually graced our set today.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.